Did you know that 69% of girls and 75% of boys in the U.S. play youth sports? Per Go Out and Play, these numbers are steady, but could drop at any moment within the next year. I'm here today to talk to you about youth sports in the U.S., and specifically, I'm going to discuss two main points. Those are the pros and the cons of youth sports. Now, some of you may be thinking, I wonder why those numbers are changing. Some of you may even be thinking, oh, who cares, it doesn't affect me. Well, the truth of the matter is, the activities we perform as children may very well affect the person we become in the future. So this means whether or not to participate should be a discussion with the child and not just your decision. For me, it's hard to imagine a world without the option of youth sports. I started playing an organized sport in the 4th grade, and it helped me in more ways than one. Today, nearly 4 million children are playing youth sports in America. While this seems like a very high number, believe it or not, the original number was 50.2 million. Children who participate in youth sports are not only more likely to be in shape, but the long-term effects include, but aren't limited to, better success rate in the real world and global saving. That's correct, you heard me, global saving. Studies have shown that with more people participating in youth sports, health will improve and medical bills will be greatly reduced. Want to know more? Let's discuss some of the pros of youth sports. Not only can you succeed in life and help the economy, but you can also gain tremendous life experiences. Through youth sports, I learned how to properly communicate with my teammates, how to lead a team, how to work hard, and how to work together to attain a common goal. Yes, these are things you can learn in life without sports, but in sports, you can learn them much faster due to repetition. Another great pro is improved cognitive function. Over the last couple of years, countless studies have shown a correlation between youth sports and improved cognitive function. Exercise has been linked to increased ability to learn with increased blood flow. Since children already have sponge-like brains absorbing anything and everything, and I do mean everything we say and do, this helps them immensely. Needless to say, youth sports have a huge impact on their health. There are obvious physical health improvements from youth sports, and adults who are active as children are more likely to grow up and live healthier, more active lifestyles than those who had not. Numbers and statistics aside, let's not forget one of the main reasons children play sports: for fun. Of course, it's good for all of the things previously mentioned, but most kids want to play sports because they can have fun with other kids of similar ages. Children are funny little things, how they always want to have fun when they should be focused on winning, right? Which brings us to my next point, the cons of youth sports. Sometimes parents want to win entirely more than the child does. Imagine a young child playing a game that they've never played before, let alone heard of. They're out giggling and not taking the game too seriously because, hey, they're having fun. Suddenly, a raging parent screams from across the field, "Timmy, get the ball! Push him down! Ref, hey ref, are you blind? You need some glasses?" To some, these may seem like perfectly acceptable things to say to and around a young, impressionable child. But to the child, they've just witnessed why mommy and daddy can't come to their games anymore. When playing a sport as a child, winning may not always come naturally, and parents may not be able to see that maybe, just maybe, their child isn't an expert lacrosse player right out the womb. Another con stemming from parents wanting to win is increased pressure. Pressure doesn't only come from parents, though. Many coaches pressure their athletes to perform at higher levels, typically in competitive sports. With competitive sports comes a greater demand to set priorities with the team. And with increased pressure comes more stress, and with more stress comes less children wanting to participate. Along with pressure of sports comes risk of injury. According to moms.com, nearly 4 million children require or seek treatment for sports-related injuries each year. Lastly, a huge con for some parents is the cost for their children to participate in sports. The cost of uniforms, shoes, and other things tend to add up. For children everywhere, the option of whether or not to participate in youth sports is becoming a growing question. Now that we've looked at all the information and can see that for every pro there can be found a con, it's important to know to always talk to your child and to make sure that playing a sport is something that they want to do, or vice versa. Thank you.